Here
Microphone there.
Are you doing it?
I'm
gonna do it.
am recording.
Okay.
And for the benefit of anyone who is listening right now, I'm going to do my impression of what you sound like.
Accurate.
That's what you sound like when you're all like, "Oh, I have a Macintosh." That's exactly
That's right.
what that sounds like.
All right. Ready to do a clap?
I
Got the
am
clap.
not ready, but I could be. In
Okay.
fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and say that I am ready.
Are you actually? though?
Yeah, I mean, I got
Are
my
you really?
hands. I got my hands. I got
Hands up.
Let me get my fingers out my nose. There we go. Now I'm ready. My fingers were
Okay.
otherwise in use.
Occupied.
I keep
All
that
right. 3, 2, 1.
Can we do that again?
Let's do
Oh,
it.
jeez.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was as perfect as a clap I've ever heard.
That was dead on.
Yeah.
You know what?
I feel like we've perfected the clap.
Quit while we're ahead. Let's get out of here. Wrap this up.
I hear a lot of people are doing that these days.
What's
All
that?
right.
What?
Ahead?
What?
What? Do we,
What?
I don't understand.
I
Was
don't
that a reference or
Was
something?
Was it a joke or?
It was no. It was nothing.
Uh,
Oh, I get it. Never mind. I just got it. Mhm. Yep.
I didn't.
Ah.
I didn't.
Hello and welcome to episode 637 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada is Mr. Greg Seward.
My God, it's cold here right now.
Yeah.
It actually isn't that bad, but I'm sitting here like an old man with a blanket wrapped around my legs.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald. Hello.
I am not particularly cold, but then
No?
again,
Or particularly likable.
in an odd turn of events, I'm wearing pants today,
That's
Really?
what I forgot.
which
It's an odd turn of events.
Man, we're just busting down barriers all over the place.
drops my likability factor tenfold.
They're your minus 10 likability factor pants.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
For each
Let's see.
pound of pressure they add to your legs, the slimmer they are, the less likable you get.
I wear weighted pants. I'm like Goku, you know.
Uh-huh.
Because if I ever get into a serious battle, I can take off my pants, and
Your
suddenly
power level goes off the
I can
charts.
leap like 50 feet in the air. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I see.
So, people, on our Twitter,
Uh-huh.
you sent out a Twitter earlier, and you cracked some sort of football joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. CJ was cracking wise about football.
Kind of sports ball joke.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a really dumb question.
Okay.
It's not that dumb since it's coming from me, and you guys know it's not the Super Bowl yet, right?
No.
No.
Not yet.
No.
That's like the first week of February or something.
Is it?
Yeah. that
And
is
it's in
not
Atlanta, so I
February.
really kind of should know, but
Oh, geez, it's in Atlanta.
it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is
Well-
great because with the whole government shutdown and TSA being understaffed,
yeah.
like the security lines at the
That's-
airport have been crazy.
It's gonna be a nonstop fun house down there.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be very, very bad.
Well, you know, I bet you could probably get a job selling nachos or something. I hear you're looking for work.
It's
true.
Head over to football stadium. Probably has a name.
That's
Probably has a
good.
name.
Okay, that's
Can-
you're on a
can-
roll. Yeah, you're on a
Candlestick
good
Park.
stadium.
That's a stadium of sports, right?
Turner Field.
Is it
That's
Turner Field?
that's-
Is that the name of it?
No.
I mean, that would make sense if you're in Atlanta, but
I
well, that's
mean,
just-
that used to
it.
be the baseball stadium here, but
Oh, was it really? Okay.
and they don't play at Turner Field anymore. The Braves. They
Oh.
moved.
The Atlanta Braves.
Yep, that's the one.
There we go. See, I know.
You're getting
I
it.
know sports.
You're getting it.
I'm
Little by little.
tuned in. I'm
Little by little.
I'm hip. What's
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You made mention of it just a second
that?
ago.
What's that?
Yeah, I decided to leave my job.
You're retired.
No, not
Retired.
retired.
Done what
No.
you've set out to do.
No. Yeah, after 11 years at Adult Swim, I decided I want to do something new. So try something different. And
Want to try the added pressure of unemployment.
try the added pressure of unemployment. Let's just throw that on top. So yeah, in part, that is why I purchased a gaming PC for my home, so that
because you have all this extra time.
Now that you have no regular income, now's the time to spend $2,000 on a computer.
Right. I didn't spend $2,000 on a computer, although it was very close, I guess. But yeah, so 11 years Adult Swim. Decided I wanted to do something new and look for something new out in the open, and just up and leave and see what happens. I'm lucky in that my wife has allowed me to do that.
Yeah.
She left her job in at the end of 2017, and has been doing
so what you're saying is Charlotte is the sole provider.
Mhm.
She is. That's right. She's making Roblox levels like you wouldn't believe.
Oh,
she
perfect.
is a master at obbies, let me tell you.
I don't know what that means. Is that a Roblox thing?
The Roblox thing, yeah.
Okay, I understand that Roblox is a thing that kids enjoy, but I know absolutely nothing about it.
They do, but yeah, my wife's been doing freelance stuff for a year now. She's been doing presentation design
nice.
in PowerPoint, and doing just completely tearing it up, just doing awesome. So I have the ability to take some time and figure out what I want to do, which is fantastic, let me tell you. Of course, I say that now. Fast forward 4 episodes from now, maybe singing a different tune, but
Gil needs this sale.
Maybe if I call Ed and Eddie, they'll let me back in.
That's right. But yeah, it seemed like a good time to do it. New year, fresh start, January. Let's see how things go. And been talking with a couple people on the over the interwebs, and having a couple phone calls, as they say in the biz.
First of all, it's called the internet. If you call it the interwebs, they're
you're
going
not
to
going to get a job.
They're going to think you don't know what you're talking about.
I think you're an idiot.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
the
They'll
internet.
be like, yeah.
The internet.
Yeah.
So, talking to some people this week, and we'll see how it goes. And set up. In case I want to just do freelance stuff, I'm set up with that as well. So, we'll see how it goes. It should be interesting. I've never done something like this. Like, whenever I've changed jobs, I've always had a thing to jump to. So it's
right.
A little bit scary, a little bit anxiety inducing, but also exciting. And the people that I've been in contact with so far have been just awesome. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So hey, Player One listeners, do you know?
Wow.
I know every so often.
CJ's got a resume he can send you.
I do. I sure do. I got a heck of a resume.
Heck of a resume.
Oh man.
So, but yeah. So Friday was my last day.
Nice.
And it went really well. And all the folks at Adult Swim that I've been working with have been awesome. And I can't wait to see what's next from them, because it's going to be great. And everybody should stay tuned for that. But
now let me ask you this.
I will not be shilling. you can't say that I'm shilling Adult Swim games on the podcast anymore.
Now, did you sign any papers on the way out saying that you wouldn't divulge company secrets on a podcast? Because this could be a really interesting episode.
This could be a good episode. No, I did not, but I'm not going to. So,
oh man,
too bad. So sad.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll never know.
You'll never know.
Well, that's great.
I know. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. And I can finally become a full-time CFD streamer. Yes, I know. The joke. That's the joke.
That's what everyone thinks is going to happen.
Yeah.
I was defending you last night. I was talking to my new best friend Mike, and he was we were thinking you're going to be a full-time CFD streamer, and I was defending you.
Well, I'm not.
CJ's not like that. CJ's responsible.
Yeah, this hour and a half is about the only streaming I can take, really. Right? I like to watch streams. Not I don't think I'm cut
just
out for
some advice. Sitting around all day watching stream is just about as useful as sitting around all day streaming.
I don't sit around. And
okay.
You have
just
them on
saying.
In the background, like
just saying.
The radio or whatnot. Anyway, so yeah, that's really why I bought a PC. We were talking about it last week. Might need to play some unreleased games, and of course, I don't have debugs for PS4 or Xbox One. So the best way to play an unreleased build is on the PC, the personal.
We have a lot more time for pornography now, so
it's true.
That's true. I need 2 computers on my desk.
Yeah,
just for that. Yeah.
Player One Podcast is going to be riddled with ads in about 3 weeks.
That's right. We're going to pimp the crap out of that Patreon. All right.
You know, CJ has a great resume that he is ready to send out to you, but from our good friends at stamps.com. You know, stamps.com has postage that you can buy.
You know, and if you don't have time to read it, his resume is also available over at audible.com.
Oh, yes.
Audible.com/podcast.
I should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
I should, but I'm not going to yet.
Let me show you MeUndies here. I'm gonna
MeUndies.
You'll know it's bad if we're doing ZipRecruiter.
This
ads,
podcast brought to you by Viagra.
Let me show you my MeUndies, and that ties in
back to MeUndies.
Well, first one, then the other.
Okay,
it's a cross promotion, I guess you'd call it.
I see. Anyway,
yeah.
We should also say, so last week we did the story about PlayStation 4 being over 100 million. It's not actually. It's only at 91 points.
Yet another story CJ got wrong last week.
Wow.
91.6 million.
It's not even close to 100 million.
Getting very close.
It's like that's like over 8 million away from 100 million. 8 million is a big number.
It's pretty close though. It'll get there this year. We'll get there.
Okay.
We were really just doing news from the future.
That's
what
true.
that is.
Yeah.
Ahead of our time, as usual.
As usual.
Speaking of the future, Electronic Arts has canceled their open world Star Wars game.
Wow.
Again.
Good thing they got that license.
Good thing they have that Star Wars license. Apparently, they're canceling it in favor of a smaller scale Star Wars title that could be released sooner than the open world project.
Yoda Stories 2.
Oh, baby.
Yoda Stories 2.
Do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all that work that Visceral did and all the work that was going on in Vancouver now has turned to whatever.
I mean, how long has that been in development?
A long damn time.
Because, like, I mean, you know, it's kind of sad, but when you consider, you look at the expectations for games now are so high, you can kind of see why. When you spend years and years, and it's not like there was a team of like 10 people working on that thing.
Sure. No.
Right. You know,
right.
I mean,
hundreds.
Yeah. You need to sell millions.
Yeah.
To even, yeah. You know, I'm sad that that's happened, but at the same time, if they really are bringing out a smaller project, bring it on. Yes, please. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll actually play it.
Trying to think what a smaller Star Wars project would be. Is it going to be Masters of Terrascasi 2?
Sure.
Pod racing?
Let's start at the bottom and work our way up.
I would accept another pod racing game. Sure. That's kind of fun.
What they mean is mobile.
Yeah.
Like that Alien game.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Well, crossplay on Rocket League is now finally live. You can play cross PlayStation, Xbox One, Switch, and Steam.
Nice.
That was not possible previously. PlayStation 4, of course, was the odd platform out on that.
Yeah.
And now everyone can play together. So that's
Yay.
great. Woo. Mortal Kombat 11. So we got a reveal event.
You mean Mortal Kombat 2?
Mortal Kombat.
That logo looks like Mortal Kombat
It does
2.
look like Mortal
Sorry.
Kombat too.
Every time I see it, that's the first thing I think. It's like,
Yeah.
it's Mortal Kombat 2.
Kind of does. Do you think they should have gone XI or something?
I think they should have at least made it look like 2 1s as opposed to a Roman numeral 2. A stylized Roman numeral 2. You know what I mean? Like, they need to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's a stupid thing to
They should have
to
just
talk
spelled out 11.
about. There you go.
Game titles don't do that. Why don't they do that? Just
They
spell it out.
should. Just yeah. Mortal Kombat ELEVEN.
Madden
Perfect.
NFL 99 or
Yeah.
2020.
So what are the odds that they're going to have the girl from Stranger Things as a DLC character?
I
I don't know. What do you think?
Oh,
Why would they?
because
Because they've had a bunch of different licensed
Have they? I honestly have not been paying attention.
TMNT. Right?
Her name is 11. In
Oh,
the
I
show. Did you ever
get
see
it.
that show? Did you ever see that
I
show?
get it.
Her name
Yeah.
is-
I
her-
watched
that's her
it.
name.
I didn't watch season 2.
It's good. I mean,
You
there was one.
You didn't need to see season 2 to know her name was 11.
There's
Well, that's
yeah. They
it's been a while.
they name checked her in the first season. Strangely enough,
Are you sure?
yeah,
Stranger Things enough.
kind of the main character. You know, they did actually say her name once or twice in the first season. The second season,
Yeah.
there's one episode in the second season that is pretty lame. But
Corelius, last place 09 in the chat. That was not a good joke.
yeah, I know it's a Phil joke.
Duh. It's not good.
Hello.
Doesn't have to be good to be a Phil joke.
Second of all, it just, you know what it has to be? It has to be enthusiastic, and it was that. So
Enthusiastic.
right there. Second of all, the Ninja Turtles, they were in Injustice 2.
Yeah,
they were
were
not
in- that's
in
right.
Mortal Kombat.
But it's
Um,
another realm.
Mortal Kombat. Had Jason. Jason the 13th.
Didn't it have
From-
Link?
from-
It had Link as well, and Spawn, and
It had what's the other Freddy
from Deadhead Fred,
Cougar
Freddy-
Mellencamp?
no Freddy Nightmares.
Freddy Cougar Mellencamp.
Freddy Cougar Mellencamp
I'd like that.
and the E Street Band. They
Yes.
were all
Well, they
all
go
there.
everywhere together.
yeah.
so.
Well, that was their joint attack. I think it had an alien as well. I think Mortal Kombat had an alien from the Alien movie.
a
Okay.
xenomorph.
Xenomorph, yeah.
No, the Mac and Me. One of those aliens.
Me.
And Mac and Me was in it.
Terrible. Oh my
And
God.
Mac and Me was in it.
That McDonald's scene in that movie just
What's that? What's
really-
that Amy Adams movie? It's one of those aliens.
Arrival?
Yeah, had the Arrivals. The Arrivals were in it.
The Arrivals.
You could play as the Arrivals.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Sort of looks like Loco Roco.
This is a
But the
bizarre
tur-
conversation.
the turtles were in Injustice 2.
Okay. Well, it's a NetherRealm game though.
Yeah,
right.
so
I was right on that point.
It's true.
All right. So yeah, there was a bunch of Mortal Kombat 11 stuff revealed.
Okay.
I didn't watch it, but apparently Ronda Rousey is going to be the voice of Sonya Blade, and that got some people upset
why? Oh, do we
because
hate
of
her
stupid
now?
things she said.
Because she thinks that Sandy Hook was a government conspiracy.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Wow.
So she's
Wow.
got her head on straight.
I mean, but she's voicing a video game, so whatever.
Does she really think that, or you just? Is that
No,
just a
she
terrible
actually-
No,
joke?
she
she
tweeted
actually
something
does.
about it.
Did she really? Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, no, she's
Okay,
yeah,
so she's
not,
worth hating. All right, I get
she's
it.
not great. Yeah. That was not one of my patented Phil zingers.
I really thought you
No.
were making a joke there.
No.
No.
You know
That's-
what?
That's
know
too
what?
bad.
I try not to make jokes about dead children.
You try.
You've been
Only
mostly
sometimes you
successful.
succeed.
Mostly successful.
I'd say your
Mostly.
success rate is above 60%.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Thank
much, but
Thank-
above
but,
60%.
You know, that's passing.
Okay.
So
We also got a new character, Garrus.
Okay.
Garrus?
He's going to be he controls the power of sand,
Ah,
something like that. Anyway,
is he
Mortal
is he
Kombat.
is he a ninja?
no,
Or he's just a regular
Just a-
dude.
not a regular dude, but you know,
I mean, he's not a
regular
regular dude
dude.
because he can control sand.
and he
most
can punch
regular
people's
dudes.
brains
Oh, he's Sandman.
out.
Is he Sandman? Is this Sandman? Is this
No, no.
Flint Marco?
Is emo Peter Parker a character as well, or
No, but Emo Phillips is.
Emo Phillips.
Emo
There you go.
Phillips? See, we
What
didn't
about
need to
an
watch
emo-
it. We're doing a better job right now.
What about
I
an emo version of
would
Philip?
like to
Theobald.
perform
God, I
a
haven't Thought of emo Phillips
fatality
in 20
on-
years.
you, Scorpion.
Yeah, you sound more like Shaggy. They're really.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
You're
little more of a
Shaggy.
Shaggy undertone there.
Like a Scoob, look out! It's
Yeah, it was like
Sub-Zero.
Shaggy. It was like Shaggy, but without the
The hippiness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know, I'm workshopping it. You know.
I see.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
apparently a data mine,
Uh-huh.
Nintendo Switch Online service,
Never
has
visited a data mine.
hinted at possible Super Nintendo games coming for the service.
And everyone was shocked. I heard there were N64 possibilities there too.
I didn't hear about that.
I did
No.
not hear about
Maybe that was
but-
just a wish list.
Possible.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess in a few months we'll maybe see something like that, or maybe not. Who knows?
I've been down for getting
We're-
some
again,
Super
doing news for the future.
Nintendo.
News from the
I'm-
future.
I'm down for Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got those
I'll foe it.
the little wireless NES pad.
There they are.
It's good. Nice.
I got those too, tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think
Tough
about
guy.
that? Those aren't going to do you much good
yeah.
on Super Nintendo games, though, brother.
That's true. Maybe they'll put out Super Nintendo controllers as well.
That's if you re-up your subscription, maybe.
Yeah, another $100 to spend on useless junk that you'll barely use. Keep going.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Cranky pants.
I think we're done with news. That means it's time for what you've been playing.
Tweedledee. Tweedledee.
No,
What
wait.
have you been playing?
No.
Huh? We could
That's
do
not how that goes. Not how
Okay.
that goes.
Okay. What have I been playing this week? Hey.
Hey.
Greg really liked
I
that.
just love that you leapt right into it. Usually CJ says who's going first, so you're just like,
He
nope,
said my
he's
name
doing
already.
it. Oh, did he?
I
Yeah,
did.
He
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was when he was trying to stop you from singing that song.
Well,
And that too.
It can mean two things.
It can mean two things.
Last week I was talking about Outrun,
Yes.
the Outrun on the Switch, which is great.
It's a fine product. Yep.
Of course. We had the good folks at Aquirus.
Yeah.
Am I saying that correctly? Aquirus?
Aquarius. Yeah.
Aquirus, the game developers who do the Horizon Chase
Mhm.
Turbo
Yes.
for Switch. They reached out to us
They did.
and they were like, "Hey, dudes, would you guys like codes to try out our game?"
Mm-hmm.
And
I was like,
all-
no, I respect your work enough to pay you money for it, but
and
Yeah.
I said,
please,
"Yeah,
Bring it on.
free."
that's exactly the price I love to pay for things.
That's so they offered us codes, and I think, well, Greg, you already had it, right?
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
own it on
Yeah,
different platforms.
Because I played Horizon Chase on the iPhone,
Fantastic.
and it was great. It was really good game, like shockingly good.
It came out
iPhone.
years ago on
Oh
iPhone.
yeah, it's old.
Like
It's an old-
2014 or
Yeah.
thereabouts.
Yeah, Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's a I mean, it's still available on iOS, right?
It is, yeah.
think so.
They've been continuing to update it for new
Yes.
iOS versions and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, but they ported it
to
'cause
everything.
the original one was just Horizon Chase, correct?
That's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
And then they turboized it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's on like
It went
consoles and
turbo.
stuff now. Oh man, you can't ever go turbo.
Turbotastic.
You're not going turbo on the Thaya. Remember that Sam Raimi movie? That was one of his
one of his
directorial
starring roles.
debuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dual
Yeah.
roles.
yeah.
Yeah,
A
he's
stunning dual
Stunning
role
dual role as
Mhm.
director
Yes.
and Turbo.
as Alan Tudyk and the Magic Turbo Men, racer of the future. Who cares? But yeah, so they sent me a code for Horizon Chase Turbo on
That's
the
very
Switch.
nice of them.
It was
Very nice.
extremely nice of them, and that game's still really good.
It's a fantastic game. If you
Oh yeah,
enjoy
it is.
Outrun or any like
Yeah.
old arcade racing games, you should get Horizon Chase
Yeah.
Turbo.
No, it
It's
totally
so good.
it totally feels like an old school arcade racer, which is exactly the kind of racing games that I love.
Yeah.
Word.
And it
Word
looks really nice. It's got a really nice soundtrack too.
Yes.
I was playing it with Finn, my son,
Mhm.
and he will comment on video game music. You know,
Yeah.
there's you know when there's a nice catchy video game too, and he will specifically call it out and mention it to me, and then he'll be humming it around the house for the next couple days, and he was doing that with this one as well.
Cool.
You know what though?
What?
I gotta maybe talk to a child psychologist or you know, some sort of you know, youth developmental expert, but I was playing Outrun with him, and he was telling me that it was hurting his eyes.
Really?
That kid checked out.
The super scalar
Uh-huh,
effect
uh-huh.
of those old Sega arcade games.
Oh.
You know, where it's just like sprites, you know, a bunch of sprites rapidly scrolling up. It was
Sure.
hurting his eyes, and I was
Oh
like,
no.
dude, I don't know if I can have
Yeah.
someone like this in my house.
Sorry.
But of course, Horizon Chase Turbo, as he pointed out, he was like, I like this better than that Outrun game because it
And I
doesn't,
want to live with mom.
it doesn't hurt my eyes. So there it is.
Smooth.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, Horizon Chase Turbo is really fantastic. So
It is.
I also picked up for Switch. And I haven't really had a chance to play it yet though, but I did pick up Onimusha came out. The first
Uh-huh.
Onimusha Warlords.
Yeah.
Capcom's
Did not realize that was coming out for Switch.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
That's cool.
well, it's on everything now.
It's on
They-
everything, right?
Yeah, they re-released it for everything, and yeah, Switch was one of the platforms. Did you guys play Onimusha back in the day?
Very briefly.
Yeah.
Really? Really? Oh, see, I loved Onimusha.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this before.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
played through Onimusha back in the day. It is outstanding. You know, it's kind of a,
Sure.
you know, it's akin to the original Resident Evil titles because you have the fixed cameras,
Right.
Yep.
But
Although
it's
that was fully 3D though, right? Was that the
Ooh.
one or was it Devil May Cry?
Devil May Cry was fully 3D. If I
Okay,
remember.
and I know
Onimusha,
that
I thought was tank controls like you were walking through.
well, I
Yeah,
knew that, but I'm saying I think the world was still fully 3D.
I don't
That it wasn't
know.
pre-rendered backgrounds, but I don't remember now.
Onimusha might have been pre-rendered backgrounds.
I thought it was.
I
Okay.
think it is. But boy, it's a great game. It's one of my favorites from the PS2
Yep.
era. And it's, you know, it plays kind of like Resident Evil, but with greater emphasis on just hacky slashy action.
No guns.
Well, no, you're a samurai.
Samurai.
You know, you're Samanosuke, the mighty samurai warrior. So
Mhm.
you are you're going around killing monsters and feudal Japanese zombies,
Okay.
as opposed to modern day horror movie zombies.
Mhm.
But it's great, and I'm delighted that it is back. I hope it does well, so that Capcom ports I don't care if they port. I don't care if they port Onimusha 2, because Onimusha 2 was just kind of okay. But I really want them to port Onimusha 3.
Is that the one with Jean Reno?
That is the one with Jean Reno.
You have to pay again for the license.
You're going to have a bunch of licensing problems. So that's a big if we're tacking on to there. But man, Onimusha 3 was really good. So
I never played that one.
Is also good. The Onimusha games 1 and 3 are fantastic.
Okay.
So saw somebody linked a scan of a Tips and Tricks interview. So who's the director of Onimusha?
Inafune.
It was Inafune, right?
Was it? It might. Actually, I think it was.
Yeah.
Actually,
and it was an interview with him talking about how Mega Man Legends was actually sort of a dry run for what they did with Onimusha.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Except
That's cool.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, except Onimusha's good.
Legends.
Ouch.
Legends is okay, I guess.
No.
And Blair Farrell is Inafune was the producer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Blair saying that it was Jun Takeuchi.
Okay.
Who the interview was with.
There you go. Okay.
So we weren't completely wrong. We're wrong on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But Inafune was somehow involved.
He was.
So.
He was.
Well, he was at Capcom at the time, so
yeah. I mean, he worked there. Why not?
Yeah. Everyone works. They are all kind of special thanks or something. It's all one rich tapestry. Hey, I got my Ace Combat showed up.
Sweet.
Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown.
Now, the only thing I know about this game is the dog JPEG thing that's going out on the internet.
I did see that. Yeah. Yeah.
What is? I don't even.
I haven't gotten to that part in the game yet. So, but yeah, there's apparently there's a part where you're on like a tarmac or something right outside a jet, and there's a dog there, and the dog is just like just looks like a cardboard cutout of a dog. Like they didn't. Like they couldn't be bothered to fully render a dog.
It's just a dog standee.
It's a dog standee, right?
And then it looks like it changes angles or something, and it looks like a completely different breed of dog suddenly. I don't know. But
fun.
Yeah, I played the first couple missions of Ace Combat, and it's fantastic. It is really good. It's got this stupid, overblown storyline.
Well, yeah, like you knew it would.
Yeah, which is why I dig Ace Combat, because it's so kind of up its own butt and just is very proud of that fact. And but yeah, the actual like game itself, I mean, it's beautiful looking, it controls great, tons of fun, just flying around, dog fighting, shooting missiles at crap. I've been playing it. You can play it kind of third person, kind of behind the jet, if you want to have that kind of afterburner type experience.
Okay.
I have been playing it in the cockpit view, just to be a little more authentic about it.
Is it a Jehudi?
It is not a Jehudi. It is no. They're real world jets.
Oh.
Yeah, planes.
And here's what an idiot I am. Okay, I know
It's gonna
nothing.
be a long story.
It's not a long story. It's an I'm an idiot story. I know nothing about military vehicles, tanks or jets or any of that stuff. When like the way I identify jets, because they have names, F and then numbers.
Yeah.
Usually, but when I say it, I'm just like, oh, that's a Starscream. That's what that is. Oh, that looks like Leader 1 of the GoBots.
Leader 1.
Oh, that's a movie Starscream. That's the Michael Bay version of Starscream.
Leader 1 was an F-14, wasn't he?
He was gray. He was gray. I remember that. I can pick out his silhouette if you showed it to me. Why, that looks like one of the aerial bots.
Bots. Which have you seen any Macross Valkyries yet? Or
YF-19?
No, I have not. I've not seen any Valkyrie looking jets.
Oh.
But yeah, so I've been playing some of that. It has the VR mode, which I've not tried yet. Yeah, I think I talked about this last week. There's just maybe 3 missions of VR.
Cool.
Just a couple hours of content in VR, but it's apparently outstanding. I have not tried it yet.
Okay.
A little nervous too, because we've talked about this. I don't get sick in VR, or I haven't yet. But I've heard that this, if anything's going to get you sick in VR, it's going to be Ace Combat 7.
Yeah.
Oh God, you've heard
So-
that? People have said that.
Oh, I have.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, you're in a jet.
God no.
It was gonna happen.
You're flying around. You're doing barrel rolls and crap like that, and
Yeah.
you know
disorienting.
we're gonna see what happens. But I'm excited too, because like I said, I'm having such a blast with the main game. I can't wait to kind of be in the cockpit and seeing how that works. So look at CJ's getting all queasy thinking about it.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's really what I've been playing.
By the way,
Yeah,
yes,
this week.
Leader 1 did transform into an F-15.
Is that right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, what was G1 Starscream? Is he an F-15 as well?
I think I don't think so,
I don't
because
think so. I think they're different jets.
they were. I think so, just because the thrusters were they were circular. An F-16.
Okay.
He was an F-16 Falcon.
Okay, so Leader 1 is an F-15.
Oh, wait a minute now.
What?
Alternate modes. No.
Oh.
G1 he was an F-15 Eagle, just like Leader 1.
Okay, so they were the same.
Yeah. The Cybertron version, the Transformers Prime, I guess. He was an
Oh,
F-16.
Okay. In Transformers Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in the movie, he's something.
I don't even know if they have the movie. I don't think they have the Bay version. He's a mess.
No, he does. I saw the Michael Bay Starscream jet model, whatever jet he is in Ace Combat 7.
Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor.
Okay, yes. That sounds right.
That sounds correct.
He was an F-22.
That's
Okay.
a cool sounding name.
Yeah, because I was looking through, they have a tree, because you earn points as you go through the missions, and there's a progress tree where you unlock new jets and then like new weapons and things for them as you go. And the F-22 Raptor.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the kind of last ones it looks like you can unlock. So
Okay.
Cool.
so
Now I want
There
to
you
see
go.
what the Valkyrie turned into.
yeah, no. Did you know? I was looking this up. In Japan, I think it was for the last Ace Combat game, they actually had skins that you could purchase that were the Macross skins.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
It had like the red and the yellow ones. There was like the red one and the yellow one. So you could totally have it look like the Macross Valkyrie or Transformers G1 Jetfire, if you want to be like that. But those skins did not get released in the US because Harmony Gold.
Yep. Is a major pain in the ass when it comes to the Robotech license.
Yes, indeed. Those are the
Yeah,
people
lives
who
that.
own. Yeah, those are the people who own the Robotech license here in the West.
Yeah.
And they are. But just it seems like everyone hates them. Like the fans hate them. Just nobody likes Harmony Gold, but they are tenaciously hanging on to that license. And
Well, they have to. I think that's really what they have.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
The,
if anyone.
The Valkyrie, by the way, the original Valkyries from Macross were a mixture of the F-15 and the F-14.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So there you go. That was your lesson
Yeah.
for this week's show.
I also got as they had pre-order bonuses for this game, which I think I talked about this last week as well. If you pre-ordered the PS4 version of Ace Combat as a little bonus
Get a
incentive,
free VR helmet.
no, you got a copy of Ace Combat 5
Cool.
ported for PS4, and if you got it for the Xbox One, you got a copy of Ace Combat 6.
Cool.
So it's kind of like pick your poison. But I had to, I actually had to, and apparently I'm not the only one who had to do this because I had ordered mine from Amazon. and Amazon was not sending out codes, the download codes for the bonus stuff. So I actually had to, chat with a customer service representative.
Sounds awful.
And it was weird because I opened up the chat and was, explained my situation, and they escalated it like 3 levels. Like the first person I talked to was like, "Oh, I'm going to have to put you to someone in our promotions department." And then
you're talking to Kaz?
Yeah.
He doesn't even work here anymore.
Yeah, eventually that's who it was. It was weird too because it's like it's a Namco.
Bezos gets on the line.
It's a Bandai Namco.
Goes, Ridge Racer.
Yeah, I eventually got a hold of Jeff Bezos, and he just cried.
Jeff Bezos
for like 20 minutes. He was just weeping openly. But yeah, they escalated it like 3 times, and then it was like, okay, I'm gonna have to transfer you to someone else, but I'm gonna give them your email address, and they will get a hold of you within 24 hours.
Okay,
and they did. They to their credit, they did. I got my code, so
that's good.
Yeah, call off the dogs. I got my free game, so
excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Okay.
How's about you? I'm gonna throw this over to Greg.
Wait, what?
I'm the host.
We don't
now.
even need you anymore, CJ.
Oh, no.
I mean, except for the editing. We still need you for the editing.
Yeah.
Please don't leave us.
This job. Yeah.
Gil needs this sale. I didn't play much new this week, although playing the classic adventure games Monday nights on my Twitch stream, Twitch TV/Stewart, by the way. I got to Maniac Mansion this week, the original DOS version of Maniac Mansion.
Nice.
It's a good little game.
I played the hell out of Maniac Mansion on the old Commodore 64.
Yeah.
And I friggin' loved that game.
See, my first experience was the same as a lot of kids, which was the NES game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we didn't play LucasArts, and that was, of course, the Scum. That's where the Scum engine originated. The Scum engine was built that all subsequent LucasArts games for quite a while were built on.
Yes.
Or modified versions of it, but that was the game that was actually built for.
Yep. And because that one was unique because it had multiple endings.
Multiple endings. You had a team of what? You had 6 different teenagers you could choose from. You had to have a team of 3, 6 or 7. You had to have a team of 3, and you had to actually use teamwork. You couldn't just run through the house doing everything yourself. Now you can, if you want, choose a character and do almost everything yourself. But they all have different abilities, which is also really cool.
Yeah.
In that you have to tackle different events different ways. And you get different outcomes based on the, like I think one of them's a leader of a band. She has a band, right?
Yeah.
And
well, there's 2 characters that can play music.
Right. So so one of the puzzle, one of the solutions you can use in using one of those characters is actually create a demo tape.
Yep.
To help. There are 2 tentacles in the house.
Yeah.
That kind of,
green and purple.
Yeah. And the green tentacle desperately wants to be a musician.
Yes.
So of course, if you're playing as one of the musicians, you can actually help Green Tentacle create a demo tape.
Yeah.
And then he won't get in your way anymore.
Yeah. I believe you actually mail off the demo tape.
I think you do. I didn't actually do that. When I did my run, I didn't actually do that, but I do remember that. I do remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
So and of course
you actually end up getting a record contract in the mail that you give to the Green Tentacle, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll help you now."
Yes.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Lots of cool little things, and it's all done in pseudo real time. Like things like what is it? Is it Weird Cousin Ed? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, who is kind of got a military thing going on. He's trying to take down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to take everything down from inside. So he actually is expecting a package, And at one point in the game, somebody will actually deliver this package, and then you want to kind of, in some situations, you want to grab that package so he doesn't get it. But then also you can use that as you can use that to get him to come down to the front door every now and then. You can actually ring the doorbell and he'll come down to the front door, and it'll distract him away from doing something else so that you can accomplish something. Basically, I think you can go into his room and grab a key card. I think that's the main reason to do that. Yeah. So anyway, it's just it's very different. I mean, and it's interesting to experience because I've turned this into a bit of a series on Monday nights where I started way back with like original Sierra stuff. I'm talking pre-King's Quest. And they've been sort of doing a chronological run of different adventure games, Sierra and beyond. And this one really broke, like Maniac Mansion really broke the mold.
Yeah.
In a big way. Like I always knew that it was a trendsetter and I knew that it was popular and really highly regarded. And I kind of knew why, but now that I've been experiencing these games on a chronological level, it's easy to see like, wow, I mean, they did a lot of interesting and creative things with that game.
Yeah.
That you just had never seen before. So
it's an outstanding game.
It is. It really is.
It's groundbreaking and
very replayable.
Yeah. Definitely lives up to its legacy.
Spawned a Canadian television show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, most people do.
Joe Flaherty.
Yep.
I
don't know if you're saying his name right.
Yeah.
But
the SCTV guy.
Yeah.
Joe Flaherty.
Flaherty? Yeah, Flaherty.
Yeah. But and if you have Maniac Mansion 2, Day of the Tentacle.
Yes, I will be getting to that soon.
Oh, okay. Because the original Maniac Mansion game is playable in its entirety.
Yes.
In Day of the Tentacle.
Yes.
Right.
Which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can in Day of the Tentacle, you can actually find if I remember correctly, it's strongly hinted that it's like they don't actually say Commodore 64, but they kind of dance around that. Oh yeah, it's a Commodore 64. And if you use the computer in the game, it brings up the whole original game, the whole predecessor. So pretty great.
Very cool. So yeah, I mean, again, this is one of the things I've been doing every Monday night on the Twitch stream, and it's been great because we've been going through a bunch of other stuff like all the old Sierra stuff, the high-res adventures from Sierra in like 1980.
Yeah.
King's Quest. We did Portopia. We're doing the Mac Venture games, Deja Vu. So it's been really cool. It's been cool to sort of work through those things. And yeah, Maniac Mansion was the latest one, which the core group that comes and hangs out every Monday night to watch it have all been going crazy for when Maniac Mansion was going to hit in our list. So it finally did. So it was really, I have a whole new respect for that game now. Not that I didn't respect it before, but I have a whole new respect for it now.
Right.
Sort of seeing it in that context, which is the whole reason I'm doing this in the first place. So yeah, it's just pretty awesome. That's it. That's all I've really been playing this week.
Alrighty. Then I'll wrap it up here and talk about setting up my gaming PC. It's really cool. Plays video games on it, and one of the things that I enjoyed about the setup, of course, was that a lot of the Mac utilities that I use that recently switched to like a subscription model, most of those have PC versions, so I could just immediately boot up the Windows version and have all this, all that functionality on my PC. So like password manager, and I use a program called Text Expander to do text snippets and shortcuts and things. All were available on Windows. So that's fantastic.
This is really making me wish for some Sea of Thieves stock.
Well, I'll get to that right now. So started playing Sea of Thieves on the PC.
Oh, wait a minute. I changed my mind. Don't.
And using mouse and keyboard. And it was a lot like playing QWOP. Suddenly, it's like I didn't know where the keys were. Because every little item in the game has a hotkey. right? And yeah, I didn't know where any of it was besides the usual movement keys and whatnot. So it slowed me down a lot. Let's just say. And then with the mouse movement, so I get a little nauseous using mouse.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, and the problem is I can't really change mouse sensitivity, because if I do that, then of course it takes like multiple mouse swipes to like turn around and stuff. So if I lower it, it's not good.
Just use a controller.
Yeah, why don't you just play with the controller?
I'm just playing with the controller.
This is the longest I got a controller from my computer story in history.
No, I mean, the great thing is I could just plug in my Xbox controller and use that. It works great. The fantastic thing, of course, my PC has an SSD on the C drive, so I installed Sea of Thieves on the SSD. And
SSD?
SOT on the SSD. Playing it on my new PC.
Insane in the membrane.
Loads up super quick, like any sort of screen transition or anything. It's nearly instant, whereas on the Xbox One X you get a couple seconds of black screen. So it's good. It's really good. I played some Overwatch on the PC, and that mouse and keyboard I'm fine with, no problems whatsoever. And I had a lot of fun with that. I miss playing Overwatch. I got to get back into
Overwatch is a good game.
that. It's a fantastic game. Yes. I didn't buy any loot boxes, but I did have 5 of them waiting for me from various Twitch Prime promotions that I had redeemed, but not actually like redeemed in the game. So I did that. Then I loaded up Friday the 13th on the PC and played a little bit of that too. And that was fun.
So you're just playing all your old favorites.
I'm just playing all my old favorites right now.
You got a PC to play all the exact same games.
Yeah.
Again.
Exact same games.
So CJ,
yeah.
Do you go Dell or Gateway?
What do you mean?
For your PC.
My PC is an iBuyPower PC.
What?
A what?
And my monitor is a Dell monitor.
Wait, what's your PC?
It's an iBuyPower.
You bought Power?
iBuyPower?
It's a brand
Is
name.
that the brand name?
Sounds like some kind of cheap knockoff.
It's a brand of PC.
So when you
Legit
were buying
thing.
this from the guy's van, was it
I was
hard to
gonna
choose
say,
between,
did you buy
was it
this
hard
from,
choose between
No.
this or the speakers?
did you buy this from the same guy you bought the Xbox 360 from? Or
No.
Oh
No.
boy.
But it's got a glass enclosure. It's tempered glass.
Huh?
It's like, oh, yeah. And it lights up, of course.
liquid cooling system?
Yeah.
Does it have like
eBay.
a skull carved into the side?
It doesn't.
That's too
Thank
bad.
God.
That's too
Thank
bad.
God. Yeah. But
You say that, but you would have drawn some crossbones underneath and said that it was your Sea of Thieves themed.
a problem, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, but my daughter really wanted to play some Sea of Thieves this weekend, and we did her first Skull Fort. She wanted to do a Skull Fort. And we did
Baby's
Aw.
first skull for
her first Skull Fort. And we took some screenshots of her with her Skull Fort loot, and it was great. And one of the things I really like about the PC, so Game DVR works on the PC, and NVIDIA has like its own GeForce like DVR thing where it'll record like the last 10 minutes of gameplay, and you can save it off and whatnot. And that is super awesome because my daughter wanted to make some clips of herself fighting skeleton captains. It was very cute. So I posted some of those to Twitter. But yeah, having fun with the PC. My adventures in PC land have begun. And I forgot that I have Binary Domain on Steam. It came free in some like Humble Bundle a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I remember people telling me you have to play Binary Domain, like it's a great game, you should check it out. So now I can play Binary Domain because I have it on Steam.
Do I have?
I heard great things about it.
I apparently do not have Binary Domain for some reason.
Okay. Well, I do, and now I can play it. So there you go.
Jeez.
And that's all I've been playing.
I have a lot of damn Steam games.
I have a lot too.
I do not know.
Played.
probably a good like 90% of these games, I have no idea how I even got them.
Yeah. I have the Sega Genesis Mega Drive collection thing too.
Yeah, I have that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has that.
Yeah,
That's not,
everyone
that's
has
not
that.
very good.
Everyone's got it.
The emulation is pretty piss poor on that.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Especially being spoiled by all the M2 stuff on the consoles.
Right.
and that's all I've been playing. So let's do some tweets.
Tweedly diddly dee, a tweedly diddly tweet, tweet, oh tweet, tweet. We're gonna tweet one more time for me.
Are you done?
Hey everybody, come on out. We're gonna have some tweeting fun.
Let's do this
Tweet it
one from
out.
Hacker Alias Sean697, who says recently
Yeah.
Phil tweeted that he's
Oh, I did.
44. And why am I still doing this show in jest?
Was
Was it in jest?
it in jest?
jest.
Because you know what? If it wasn't in
Wink.
jest, you know what you can do with that.
What's that?
You're free to leave, jerk.
Goodbye.
I mean,
Does-
Sam Raimi's under contract, but you can go whenever you like.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm still here.
He says, what age would you imagine stopping P1P if there was one? And do you feel the wrath of age on your gaming skills yet?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Although, you know what? I feel like it's not necessarily. I was never that good to begin with.
Really?
Although, you know, I can still play like old NES stuff, and I'm
Man,
still
I can-
pretty good at those games.
Man, I could plow through Ninja Gaiden back in
Yeah.
the day though without thinking about it.
Well, you know what though? I mean, even currently on the Nintendo service there, the Nintendo Online service, I'm at the final boss.
no, very
in
good.
Ninja Gaiden, you know, and it wasn't that. I'm not saying
wait
it
a
wasn't
second.
hard.
With
It
save
wasn't
states.
that hard.
Was this using the SP version that just came out where it
no,
dropped you
that's
right
pretty
at the
funny.
end
Where
boss?
it literally drops you in front of the final boss. No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay,
it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, man.
So, but you know, I was good, but I think I don't know that my skills aren't as good as they once were because I can still go back and play those old games and I can still get through them.
Yeah.
It's a little harder, but I think it's not necessarily my skills as much as my patience. That is, I don't have the patience to sit and get really good at something anymore.
Yeah.
Like, which is
Yeah.
why I appreciate more of a casual option.
Mm.
You
I
know,
can dig it.
Casual option. Hmm.
Yeah.
I remember even when we worked at EGM doing like Tetris Attack or Pokemon Puzzle League, and sort of deferring things off. Like anytime you messed with the controller, like or did a wrong move, you'd say "old man hands." And I was like 25.
yeah, that's when we were in our mid 20s.
saying "old man hands" is like, oh my god.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. What age do you imagine stopping P1P?
Oh man.
I think it's when are we sick of talking with each other?
How long can you go,
on the
huh?
internet?
Well,
exactly.
I think it's that's why we keep the show under 2 hours every week. So I feel like if that was the measuring stick, each week
Yeah.
would be the
Yes.
final week.
That's right. That's right. Try to keep it a good
No, I
90
think-
minutes.
I think that's true though. When it stops being enjoyable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, we had some time there. God, I don't know how many years ago now, where we didn't have a really we didn't have a show that was as regimented,
Yep.
and we didn't have a weekly scheduled time
Right.
No, we had to
aimed
figure
for,
it out
and that was a
beforehand.
nightmare.
Yes.
Yes.
So, that made things a lot easier, a lot better.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't know, till we're in our 50s. Why not?
Maybe.
It's not
We say
that far away.
now, but yeah.
It's not that far away.
Oh God. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah. We wanna be the oldest video game podcast in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's do this tweet from Hacker Alias Rich Grisham, who says, "What's the biggest change in gaming taste you've had in your life? Mine was from loving first-person shooters 15 years ago to being completely indifferent about all of them now."
Hmm.
Right up until the PlayStation 2,
Yeah.
from Dragon Warrior, right up until the PlayStation 2 was pretty much a done thing. Japanese RPGs, all over them.
Yeah.
every one of them.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And like especially was a Final Fantasy. But just I would play anything. Like I remember the early days of the PlayStation 1, things like Wild Arms and Beyond the Beyond and Vandal Hearts and Suikoden and like just anything I would play it. Alundra, yeah, and all the working design stuff for Sega CD and Super Nintendo had so many great RPGs and Genesis had so many great RPGs and I would play all of them and just pour hours into them. And it's not only that my gaming time has become so much less in general, but I don't find Japanese RPGs as interesting anymore.
I agree with
that. It's been a major shift for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big one because I used to play Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. I occasionally will go back to an RPG every now and again, but I'd say fighting games also. Like right around I think PS2, I just stopped. Like maybe after Soul Calibur came out for the GameCube. Was that 2 that came out for GameCube?
Yes.
Yes.
That was around the time that I really stopped caring about fighting games.
Yeah.
For me, it was when it was more when I moved to Chicago because I don't think I was good enough to hang with the people who played fighters at the Ziff Davis office. Yeah. And so the crew that I used to play fighters with, I wasn't around anymore.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. What about you, Phil? Anything?
Yeah, probably RPGs. I mean, I was never like as into them as you guys were, but I would play the occasional Japanese RPG, and just nowadays I just don't have the time or interest to bother with them. So
indeed. All right, let's keep on this tip of getting old and liking things. Aurelius Shigemoto says, with a Jump Force beta out and Dragon Ball Super Broly doing well at the box office, I'm kind of in an anime mood. What anime/anime inspired video game is your favorite?
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
It's a tough one.
Oh, man.
I loved... what was the name of that? It was on PlayStation like a couple of years ago. It was that ridiculous... it wasn't even really a beat 'em up. It was this just like ridiculous action game where at one point I remember punching the earth or something like that. What the hell was that called?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Or
yes, it was a Capcom game. It was a Capcom game.
Azura's Wrath, or
that's it.
Azura's Wrath. Yeah.
Azura's Wrath.
That's not. Yeah, that's not based on an anime.
Though, no, but it's anime inspired.
It's anime inspired.
It's totally inspired. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah.
There were like episode breaks in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a pretty fun game.
That game was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out for the PS2 Akira Psycho Ball.
Akira Psycho Ball.
The pinball game based on the Akira movie, which is legitimately a very good pinball game. So
I'm just gonna throw out Ranma 1/2 fighting game, the third one, because that was the better one, really.
Now that was the one that did not come out here.
That's right.
The one.
Either it was the second one or third one. I don't remember which one it was.
Second one is the one that came out here.
Okay, second one. Yeah, then it was the third one. The third one that didn't come out here is the good one.
Now we're talking about for Super Famicom / Super Nintendo.
That's correct. Yeah,
because there were 3 Ranma fighting games that came out in Japan. The first one did come out over here under the name Street Combat, and they completely reworked the fighters, like redrew all the characters and everything.
Yeah.
The second game did come out here intact.
Yes.
Under the name Ranma 1/2 Hard Battle.
Yeah.
And the third one.
I have the third one. Do you have the third one?
I do, but I also have. Now that I'm back by the microphone, I also have, and I just happen to have it within range.
Ooh, yes.
Look at this. If those of you watching on YouTube can see, this is a cell sheet for Ranma 1/2 2, Anything Goes Martial Arts.
Never came out here.
Yeah, never
Came out here. This was going to come out. Toho
Yep.
was going to be releasing it over here. There's some.
Now, was that a sell sheet that I had, or was that one you got from CES?
I got this from CES.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this I actually got from CES back in.
Because I also played it at CES.
Back in 1994. Yeah, they had this at CES. They had the US version.
And wasn't it localized too?
It was localized,
Yeah.
but for some reason they never brought it out. And actually, here while I'm looking at sales sheets from the show.
Oh, Akira.
This is the sell sheet for the 16-bit Akira
Sega
game.
CD, Genesis, look at that. That never came out.
THQ had the Akira license.
Yeah.
And I actually got to play the Sega Genesis version.
Did it suck?
Game
on the show floor?
It was not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not great. The gimmick was like every stage. It was one of those games where like every stage plays differently. So it's like, one level is a first person game, and one level is a side scroller, and one level is like a beat 'em up, and one level's a racing game.
Mhm.
Yeah, or a shooter, yeah. So
going back to games that actually did exist, Blair Farrell in the chat actually brought up a great example, Astro Boy on the Game Boy Advance.
That's
a great game. Yeah,
it's true.
The Treasure, developed by Treasure.
Even the PS2 game was pretty good.
Which one?
The PS2 game was pretty good.
Yeah, PS2 game was pretty good as well. I also have to say, because I'm a big Macross fan, do you remember Love for the PlayStation 1 and the Saturn was a great shooter that was based on the movie, the Macross movie.
Oh yeah.
Had some really nice stuff in it. So
nice.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And I liked the One Piece Pirate Warriors games.
Yeah, they were supposed to be really good.
Those were good.
The Muso games?
The Muso games.
Did someone recommend a Muso game on the show that's not me?
Only if it's not Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like them as long as they're not Dynasty Warriors. All right.
You know what else I have here amongst my Ranma and Akira cell sheets?
Dot Hack's another good one. Yeah.
You know what else I have here? Look at this. I have an autographed picture of Eddie Deason.
Yeah.
If
this is great radio.
I think I have an autographed picture of Ted Raimi somewhere.
Do you really?
I think I do. Somewhere.
Who needs to? I could get you one of those. No problem.
Gotta look for that.
Next Thanksgiving, I'll ask him. I'll have him sign something for you.
Okay. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Happy Kennard, who says,
"What's that?
Yesterday, I noticed my son playing a user-made level on Roblox while my daughter watched a LOL Dolls video on YouTube. I couldn't help but wonder if the future of entertainment lies in user-created content. Do you think big media will one day give way to user platforms?"
Big media? That's an interesting thought. I think that generation of gamer is definitely way more interested in user-created content.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
Anything else. I mean, Roblox, Minecraft, Mario Maker.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Or watching other people play video games.
But if you don't have someone actually making the content, what are they going to play? What are the kids going to stream if there's no one actually making the things that they
That's what we're saying. User-created content.
Okay. So like just someone creates a platform.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then everyone just kind of goes from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's not for me personally. I've never been a fan of that, but I like the idea behind it, but I've never really enjoyed it that much.
Yeah.
I think it's worth actually talking about this stuff. Should probably call it Little Big Planet as well, because they were doing it. Media Molecule was doing that.
I don't
a while ago.
I mean, as popular as this stuff is, and I'm sure it's going to stay popular for some time.
Sure.
I don't think it's going to end up replacing.
I don't think it'll replace, but I think it's going to be an even bigger chunk of the market moving forward.
Yeah. So
plus I would think it's cheaper to make.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
what I'm wondering is whether or not, like, and you're going to see things like people who create content with a particular brand go official. Like basically you start getting paid by that brand to continue making the thing about.
This is low key CJ trying to get a job at Rare.
Yeah, I was gonna say. No, it's funny because I actually just recently watched the NoClip documentary about Half-Life.
Yeah,
where they didn't actually talk to anybody who made Half-Life because Valve didn't return their calls, but apparently Valve didn't want to talk about it. But there was a whole big thing about that because that kind of like the Valve kind of grew out of when they created Valve, most people they hired were people that grew out of the modding scene.
Right.
Like Doom mods and things like that, right? So that was literally exactly what we were just talking about. And you look at Gearbox, and that company started as a modding group as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean there is precedent for it.
Sure.
How the path goes from modder to a USB stick in medieval times, I don't know, but but seriously, like I think that's absolutely what'll happen is that we'll turn that corner where a lot of these content creators, and when I'm saying I mean gaming content, not video content, but content creators might end up being official designers.
Yeah.
And the pendulum will switch again where it will shift again where we're going to have more designed experiences for a while.
Yeah. That's certainly happened with some games. Also, you have games like Anthem that are coming out in a few weeks. You have people that are streamers that are now like dedicated to Anthem, and you wonder like how like they have access to like pre-release builds, like that is sort of a version of this. And of course, talking about Roblox and LOL dolls, that's sort of a more youth-oriented brand. But
streamers have taken over our job.
Yeah,
our old jobs. I mean,
for sure.
The influencers of today were the magazine editors of 20 years ago.
Right.
They absolutely have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are more official, or at least, endorsed.
Yeah.
In some ways.
The scary thing is in that situation is it's hard to know basically exactly that. Like, are they endorsed? Are they official? It's not always clear.
Well, now on Twitch streams, people say when they're running a sponsored stream.
Yeah.
The Anthem videos that I've watched, they've said that, EA provided them with access, etc., and like flew them to an event, things like that.
Right.
So,
yeah. And that's the way it should be.
And that is absolutely the way it should be. Yeah. All right. Let's wrap it up with let's see which one. Which one am I going to do? Oh, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Muri, who says, with PS4 having all those juicy exclusives and Xbox building incredible services, what console are you more looking forward to, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Scarlet?
Scarlet.
Which is the code name. That's the code name for whatever the next Xbox is.
The Xbox 2.
Yes.
But TWO.
TOO.
TOO. Yeah.
TOO.
Go the Teen Wolf route.
Xbox also.
I don't know.
I'm going to answer this question.
To both.
I'm going to answer this question with, there is a segment of gamer culture that cares about things like specs and hardware and all that stuff. And that is not usually where I go. Where I go is what the content is. So when Sony announces the PlayStation 5, and if they have a really good game to announce along with it, then fantastic. If the Xbox Scarlet or whatever it's called gets announced and they have an awesome exclusive, or Sea of Thieves 2, and I will be there it is. I'll be all over that. So to me, it's more about the content that is going to be on those platforms than the platforms themselves.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't really care who makes the platform as long as the content I want is there. So
Sony tends to have more exclusive stuff that I am into. So
that has certainly been the case for the last this last generation. The start of the PS3, I think, was rocky there for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, the PS3 definitely had to come back a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Xbox One, of course, had to come back a long way as well. But yeah, it all comes down to the exclusive content that's on whatever platform.
Yeah. A word up.
Alrighty. And that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitter, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find Generation 16 episodes.
I'm back into the editing this past week. Make some really good progress, actually. I think the rough cut of the latest episode is about half done. So we're getting there.
Cool.
Yep.
Very, very cool. You'll find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about. And you'll find a link to our Discord server. And there you can discuss this episode and video games and TV and movies and whatever else with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can just by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up the Apple Podcast app. You can also head over to the App Store and invest $1.99.
Cheap.
Pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application, which gives you one touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters, the what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, Player One Podcast iPhone application for your device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
That's right over there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. You can, we're on Stitcher Radio. We're on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can check out archives of our show or watch us live most weeks on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast. And if you've liked what you've heard, and how could you? You can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast through a few shekels our way. CJ's family's got to eat.
It's true. Yep. It just got a little bit more important.
We all know he ain't doing nothing for him. So
There you go.
you know, if there's any time for him to misappropriate the funds,
Now's the time.
So dig
CJ's
deep.
CJ's taking out a loan against Patreon funds.
That's
Dig.
nope.
Give till it hurts, my friends.
Nope.
You see that? You see the light in that room? That electricity bill ain't paying itself.
That's all right. This new monster PC just like drinks power.
CJ's getting into the cryptocurrency game a little too late, but boy, his power bills are through the roof.
So we got what's going to be fun is over the next 5 months watching that shelf behind him slowly empty.
As I sell off collectibles. Yes.
Yeah. There it goes.
Wow.
There it goes. Hey. And if you are a Patreon supporter at the $5 or higher tier, you gain access to a special, exclusive post show that we do every week, where it's us just having fun, playing games, joking around, telling dirty secrets, all sorts of stuff.
Really?
I don't know. That was last week, man.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You remember. I mean, you were really wasted by the end of that episode.
Oh,
so.
Well, that might have been true.
So there you go. But yeah, helps keep the lights on. So thank you to our Patreon supporters. And hey, you know what? If you have a couple bucks left over, head over to generation-16.com, where you'll find the Patreon link to help support Greg Stewart's outstanding web series about North America's favorite second banana, the Sega Genesis.
Thanks, Phil.
Got a new episode in the hopper.
Yeah, it's we're making progress.
Excellent. That's what I want to hear.
Hopper.
And I guess that's it. Thank you to all of our wonderful listeners. CJ,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank
for
you, Phil.
This. Gregory,
Yo.
thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
And I guess we'll see everybody next week.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Toodaloo. Greg,
Hi.